You are, in fact, watching The Dorkening.
Hello, this is Tom Kenny, voice actor. The voice of the Ice King on Adventure Time. And SpongeBob SquarePants. Meow. Oh, Gary the Snail, too. Hey, guess what you're filling your eye holes and ear holes with? The Dorkening! Oh, I love the Dorkening. Very popular in Ooh. And Bikini Bottom.
Hi, I'm Lou Ferrigno. You're watching The Dorkening. And you know what? You don't like me when I get angry, so don't get me angry. You better keep watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, this is Felissa Rose, and you're watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Palm. We're shooting Death House, and you're watching The Dorkening.
This is Anthony Michael Hall, and you're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned. My friend's going to show you what entertainment's all about, baby.
The Dorkening.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
So true. Once you go deadly, you don't go back. Deadly Grounds. You know, I know they're a sponsor, but it's the best fucking coffee you'll ever have. So we're talking about Spider-Man. We want to know what you thought about the trailer. So shout out in the comments about what you thought about it. I'm Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard. And with us, as always, the most awesome, powerful Brandon. How's it going?
So far, so good. I hope all of my fellow humans out there are doing well.
What about non-humans?
Fuck them.
Steven, how's it going, my friend?
Doing well.
Doing well. Holy shit. We were talking about prior, but this has been one fucking hell of a week.
Indeed. I don't know if you guys follow current pop culture events or news or rumblings or happenstances, but well, then you might be pleased to know. Apparently, there was some kind of Spider-Man movie trailer that was released this week.
Is that like a guy with 8 legs or something, or is it a horror movie?
A man comprised entirely of spiders just pretending to be a man, like
so like
it's a hive mind thing.
So like Rick and Morty's that million Ant-Man.
Correct.
Here's the thing: people have been begging for this trailer, and we finally got it. But we got it in the way we didn't expect. We got it in the form of a cell phone video, and then people got it at CinemaCon, and then the lucky bastards got a screening of a Ghostbusters Afterlife afterwards.
Okay,
bastards.
You know what that's called, Steven? It's marketing.
Yeah.
I was sitting here. I was supposed to be like, marketing. I didn't want to get it wrong though.
But after they released the trailer, then they released it for everyone else. So
yeah, well, I they did that on purpose.
Well, yeah, it leaked, and whether or not the leak was above board, that's neither here nor there. But
it was the same trailer, but it wasn't finished.
Yeah,
and it was a cell phone of a cell phone. I mean, and
Of a
it
cell phone.
sounded like shit. And
Yeah, it was a real Drosty effect thing going on.
128 by 120 something p and all that shit. It wasn't. You couldn't. You had to look through a fucking magnifying glass on top of a magnifying glass.
Yeah. But when we did, I'm sorry to interrupt. You were saying something, Powers.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, just that they had the trailer, the unfinished trailer leak, and then we already knew that CinemaCon was going to see the finished trailer. That was old hat at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, the folks who put out that unfinished trailer, I mean, they clearly were trying to fucking push Sony to release what the fans have been clamoring for. And that's great. I mean, Sony buckled like a belt and did it. And we all, reveled in the joyousness that was Spider-Man No Way Home teaser trailer numero uno.
Yeah, but did they push Sony to do that, or was that a Sony ploy? Because
that's why I said it's neither here nor there. Like, I wasn't getting into whether or not we'll have this leak. Whoopsie. If it happened like that, sure. If not, sure. I mean, because devious people exist and really stupid people exist. Sometimes there's a Venn diagram where the two meet.
When it comes to the long, sad custody battle between Sony and Disney, I really don't care. We got the trailer, so let's talk about it.
Well, okay, yes. I just want to say this one thing, though. You're a friggin' graphic designer. When you're working on the video, your name is plastered on the friggin' screen.
They do that. They did that for a reason, so no one would rip them off. But that's a thing on YouTube where you put your little slogan right on the corner. But he put it all over the friggin' video.
Well, I don't think
my name is such and such.
I don't think he put it there. I think
it
was more of a watermark that was placed there to make sure that it wasn't disseminated. Which, good job. I mean,
it's probably a locked layer within the photo editing software. So they know who has what scene, and if something gets leaked, they know exactly who did it. It's yeah. So let's talk about the trailer, because it's we got a lot out of it, and a lot of people are already speculating.
Because they weren't doing that at all before this.
I think the speculation just was like throwing gasoline in the fire, more and more and more, and it's going to continue until it comes out.
And they keep on toying us with Mephisto.
I'm just really pissed that they actually released it, because it ruins my jokes. I kept referring to it as Spider-Man No Way Homeboy and No Way Homie. It was really tickling me something fierce that everyone was like, it's going to be this week. It's going to be this week when they release it. And then a week would go by and they'd be like, all right, it's going to be next week then. It's definitely going to be next week. And I'm like, okay, you guys are going on 4 months of that. That's good stuff. And I was really looking forward to that continuing up until 2023 when the movie eventually got released. But I mean, it was a good trailer, so don't get me wrong. I'm happy I saw it.
The leaker I follow was right, and I put it in the chat. I said Daniel RPK says 9:30. 9:30 rolled around. You're like, ha 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 ha. Then a couple minutes later, it was there.
I did not laugh. I was waiting, and then I lost track of time, and then I was like, oh my goodness, it's 10 past 10. And there it was.
So what do you? Let's go over this. What are you most shocked from the trailer?
Okay. I thought the story was going to be kind of blindsided me. So what shocked me was how they were going through the multiverse thing, how they're opening that up. That is what shocked me, because it was something different than what I thought my mind was set, how this story was going to go. So
also keep in mind that this is a trailer. Trailers have been known to deceive. So there's a chance that, might be something totally different.
This is true. I mean, we all remember seeing the Hulk running through Wakanda Avengers Infinity War. So,
Yeah.
that didn't quite pan out.
I'm talking about, Peter not wants the whole what you call it, everyone to forget that he was Spider-Man, and he goes Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange does this shit, and then multiverse opens up. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it's kind of funny considering that Spider-Man's introduction to the MCU was Captain America: Civil War, and in the Civil War comic book from Marvel Comics, there was actually a very big deal in order to push the whole Superhuman Registration Act. That Tony Stark convinced Spider-Man, who was notorious in the media for being a menace, to reveal his true identity to the world as part of the Sanction program, and he did just that. And then Marvel, in its infinite wisdom, House of Ideas gang, they decided to erase all of that, as well as take the chance to get rid of his marriage to Mary Jane Watson Parker, because Aunt May got shot and was going to die, and he wanted her to live. I mean, the octogenarian still has a lot of fucking fuel in the tank, apparently, so we got to make deals with the literal fucking devil in order to keep her alive, but also get rid of your beautiful, understanding wife. Good call. So he made a deal with Mephisto. It was called Brand New Day. It was like after this whole One More Day thing, but Brand New Day, and it just wipes the slate clean. Nobody remembers that Peter Parker and Spider-Man are one and the same. And it seems to me like we've seen a very expedited evolution of those ideas, not necessarily involving Mephisto, but having him being introduced in Civil War of all places in the MCU, and then we get to the very end of Homecoming. I mean, not Homecoming, Far From Home, and his identity is revealed against his will. I mean, obviously, going to Doctor Strange, like make everyone forget Doctor Strange. That's the whole deal with Mephisto. I'm not saying that is a deal with Mephisto for anybody out there. I don't want that to get misconstrued.
It is Mephisto. It is. We know it.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. But it is interesting how they've picked the beats from these stories, but they've actually worked them in organically, where they actually make a whole lot more fucking sense from what we've seen just so far than the entirety of the comic book run.
The funny thing is, he gets the idea, and we don't know how it plays out, but there's a scene of him looking up. I guess it's like Halloween, and there's like Doctor Strange Halloween lights. Did you see that in the trailer?
I missed that.
Yeah, it's a little Halloween light that looks like Doctor Strange.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's lots of little things. I know that a lot of people are really like champing at the bit to say that that's Matt Murdock in the interrogation room with him and everything. It is not. Right. I'm only saying this because like I've seen screenshots of that two snippets in that quick scene. And one of them, it's outside of the interrogation room, the guys who are actually questioning Peter, and somebody brightened up. They changed the contrast on the photo, and the guy has like a little bit of a belly and just a completely different profile than Charlie Cox. It is not Matt Murdock.
It's Foggy.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, if that's Foggy, then you must be Mr. Fantastic, because that was a fucking stretch.
People are stretching this trailer so far. They're looking into the dark parts of the trailer to see if Venom is part of this.
Oh, no. That's Lizard.
The Lizard.
Well, no, Lizard. They're looking, and I saw something somewhere that people are seeing if Rhino and Venom are attached to this at all. Obviously, we know the whole Lizard thing. I know that, but I've seen people speculate that Venom and Rhino and
well, so the big leaker that I know of that I follow online, he says that I guess there's 6 villains and then a 7th will appear at the end.
Cool. Can't have too many villains in a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the timeless classics that are Batman and Robin and Spider-Man 3.
For Christ's sake.
I mean, so Sinister Six, and then there's going to be somebody else.
Sinister 6 plus 1. Yay. That's 7.
Well,
I said plus 1, damn it.
Well, they tried getting the Sinister Six off the ground with Amazing Spider-Man 2, and look how that turned out. So hopefully they can.
We're still going to get
it fucking didn't.
Exactly.
It did not turn out. Drew Gotter's got a really great script. Oh, does he? Yeah, we're never gonna fucking make it, but it's really great.
So I'm still pushing that we're gonna see Toby and Andrew in it.
Yeah, I mean we are. Like at this point, we fucking we know it's gonna happen. Like there's already been fucking copyright shit thrown out there because somebody threw out some photographs that they should not have of certain people on set in certain costumes.
I may have snagged that image before it went away.
Yes, I may have seen it fleetingly as well.
I haven't seen it, but I'll just agree with you guys, but I haven't seen it. So
well, do you know, just off the top of your noggin, if I say a cat that loves lasagna and hates Mondays, you would say
Lazy Mondays
or Garfield. I was going for Garfield. So Garfield.
Yeah, okay.
I knew you'd get it. I got you. Toby? Andrew? Did you take out the trash? Is that what this is?
Leo, I'm just going to say this now. I would take that off before Disney's Deadliest Force Known to Man, their legal team, takes us down.
Sony.
Whatever.
I don't know. I only know that for a fact because people have actually posted the emails that they've gotten specifically from Columbia, Sony, saying, take that shit down now. Sorry, Sony contacted us and this shit totally violates some stuff, so we're gonna have to suspend your account. Thanks, Twitter.
Yeah, so it's I'm excited. I know we all are excited, but
I can't wait to see how much better the de-aging is going to get for Alfred Molina when that movie finally comes out, because what I saw in this trailer was fucking horrendous. When I saw him, I was like, what the fuck? What did they do? I was like, you know what? I get it. He's older and he's gained a little weight, so you have to de-age and you have to descale. But the fucking hair, it's so weird, man.
But won't that
have
be...
you seen the video?
Hold on. Won't that be painful if you're descaling the lizard?
Because he's a reptile gang. They have scales.
Sorry.
But I'm just saying, I saw him and he was like, "Hello, Peter," and I was like, "Whoa, what the? That's not finished, right?" Because I don't know what the hell. That's frightening. And not oh my god,
out, so it must be finished.
We think about the first time we saw Thanos in a trailer.
Yeah.
I remember many of us, including myself, were like, right, apparently fucking Grimace is attacking Earth. Good stuff.
Well,
and
anyway,
they did vastly improve it by the time it was released. So
there's a bunch of parody videos circling around with that whole Hello Peter type of thing. So one of them is instead of Doc Ock coming out of the fog, it's Joe from Family Guy coming out of the fog in Doc Ock's place, and he's like, "Hello, Peter." So it's just some of those different videos of different characters.
Hello,
Peter. So in the trailer, obviously, we see Doc Ock. We see
the pumpkin bomb.
The pump.
We don't see Defoe, but we see the pumpkin bomb.
Well, it's not a pumpkin bomb. It's pumpkin bomb would be Hobgoblin.
We see the
Spider-Man, Sam Raimi. The Green Goblin had pumpkin bombs.
Really?
Thank you.
And guess what, Leo?
What?
They look just like the one Steve was just talking about in the trailer.
Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy.
Well, anyway, the Green Goblin bomb. We also hear him laugh. We hear Defoe's laugh.
Oh yeah, it was great. He was like, "You'll never get me, bats." Oh no! Oh, sorry, wrong.
We see
Wrong
streams
property.
of electricity. We don't see Electro, but we see streams of electricity. So
Yeah, we saw lightning, so we know Electro's there. We saw sand, so we know Sandman's there. I saw water at one point, so I'm pretty sure Hydro Man's gonna show up.
Well, the electricity could also be Thor. Thor could be in it, right?
oh, for fuck's sake!
Yes, he very well could be. I'd love to see Thor show up to fucking speak on behalf of Peter Parker's character in court. Yes, he's a very good boy. How do you know him? Certainly not from being Spider-Man. I have to go. He's such an idiot. Like, that's exactly how it would go, too. But not because he's fought next to me in battle. Away!
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I could, too. That's the fucking problem. That's why you don't put Thor in that.
Yeah, it's
yeah. So I mean, there is a lot of stuff. You know, it is cool to see that with Electro. I mean, they are doing, you know, regular colored electricity, you know, yellow electricity, which is more in line with the old school 60s, 70s Electro. Not the Ultimate Spider-Man redux that they tried to do for the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, which really it's basically the same fucking origin for every villain that you've seen since like Batman Returns. It's like, oh, cool. So you're a fucking kind of weirdo who's socially inept with kind of crazy hair and big glasses, and nobody really sees you for who you are. And then some really fucking crazy shit happens to you, and now somehow you have some kind of new ability, or you've completely snapped and you've decided to become a villain. Did I just describe Batman Returns, Batman Forever, or The Amazing Spider-Man 2? You decide! But I think we're done with that trope. That's all I'm saying. It's nice that that Jamie Foxx is maybe going to get a little bit of a chance to get away from what his previous portrayal was. I am curious to see if it's going to be the Rhino is going to show up at all. But I mean, we also have to remember that they do have Michael Keaton in their back pocket as the Vulture. So,
Speaking
and that's
of
old school Sinister Six.
Speaking of Vulture, I don't know if you guys heard that Venom was postponed. It took Morbius's date for January 2022.
What?
Did it? Because last I heard that was false.
Oh
no! I'll try not to lose any more hair over it. Oh, for everybody that doesn't understand that statement. Sorry, I hope you weren't looking directly at the screen when I did that. You are blind now.
Bald.
If you listen real close when I pulled the hat up, you can actually hear as the light bounced off of it.
Tom Moore says, I wonder if No Way Home will feature a brief cameo from Tony Stark from another universe. It's possible. You never know.
It'd be fucking hilarious if it was Tom Cruise. I would piss my pants right there, like just laughing hysterically. I would finish watching the movie, and then I'd have to go home, change after taking a shower, and then buy another ticket so I could actually watch the movie again. Because I don't think I'd get over that. Like that would kill the rest of it for me. I would be, I mean, for lack of a better term, inconsolable.
Somebody took and I know this is really pushing it, but you know how they took the ending of Loki and then timed it up with the ending of WandaVision?
Yes.
Where
it shows the likelihood of the two instances actually converging, like being concurrent with one another.
Yeah. They did the same thing with what did they do it with?
Into the Spider-Mans. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Did they do it?
I don't know. I don't know. So
Oh yeah. The No Way Home trailer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Duh.
I'm like sitting here like what fucking other thing is it? Is there a
My
fourth thing?
mind went blank. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's cool. No, that's cool. I was racking my brain.
So
too. I'm
all
like,
three of those moments will be one and the same together.
That's what they're trying to say, but
We'll
you're
see.
taking it from a trailer, you know?
what I find interesting is when you think about all of it, right? The multiverse and the time streams, the sacred stream, and all that happy horse shit. When you go back to Doctor Strange, like the movie Doctor Strange, and the Ancient One, she's explaining to Stephen Strange like, "There's a vast multiverse," and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all he fucking gets. It's like there's a multiverse, but never mind that. Here's other stuff, and that okay. So we touched upon it. Great. But he never got any more information on that, and I was really racking my brains about it, and it just didn't make sense to me until I remembered the fact that the multiverse didn't exist again until the events of Loki.
Oh,
so there would be no information in the sacred timeline about a multiverse because Kang never allowed it to exist. So with everything that happens in No Way Home, Loki, and WandaVision, this is all new shit. And that's why, like, the hubris that Doctor Strange displays when Wong is like, don't do that spell. And, you know, Stephen Strange pulls a classic Barry Allen. He's like, no, I won't do that. I'm going to do it, though. Like, okay, good stuff, you dipshit. But, like, he literally thinks he knows everything. And when all that happens, he's basically, it falls apart in front of him. He's like, I have no experience with this type of shit. Like, it's going to be a learning experience for Doctor Strange.
It's like he opened the 3 Necronomicons and he picked the wrong one. He took the wrong one.
Necktie.
The explanation I heard, and if you think of it, you know, this is most likely it. There is a multiverse that exists. When they're trimming the timelines, they're only trimming timelines that lead to a Kang variant. Or a evil Kang variant, because if you think about,
but regardless, it was all trimmed, so it was one timeline. So therefore, there was no multiverse, because every single time something would branch to a multiverse, that's when they would bring variants, and it wasn't. I mean, it's not just Kang variants; it's anything that goes against what it was Kang set.
Well, it was, from the way I understand, they're not every timeline gets plucked. It's only timelines that could lead to that evil Kang.
Well, I mean, that's that's all speculation. So
yeah, it is. That's
there's no right or wrong there. Yeah. I personally, I didn't think of it as anything that would lead to some evil Kang. It was that the Kang in particular that they met by the end of Loki, he had a very specific plan and idea. And that plan and idea was the sacred timeline, which maintained that there's one timeline. Now, keep in mind, like they said numerous times, there's one timeline. So there aren't other universes. There is no multiverse. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't like have an agency that's like, we trim the branches to make sure that everything's on one timeline, and then have someone say like, yes, because they leave the other timelines alone that don't involve evil Kang. Well, no. One timeline. That's their mandate. That's the TVA. They don't let shit fly. A branch shows up, it gets clipped. And I think, I just think that, I mean, like, there's a lot of ideas, yes, but I just personally think my thing.
Okay.
I just like the evil Kang thing. Like, I would dig on it, but except for the fact that the climax of Loki was actually seeing the single timeline break into numerous branches and the multiverse. It's weird it's just weird to me to say like, oh, because there was a multiverse, even though they made sure there was no multiverse. It flies in the face of literally everything that we were told and learned in the entirety of the Loki series.
Okay, I get it. I'm wrong. I'm
No,
wrong.
no, I'm sorry. That's not you. I'm not like hammering on you. I apologize. I'm sorry if it sounds like that.
Okay.
Steve, I'm sorry if you thought that I was hammering Leo, and also I hope you enjoyed it if you thought I was hammering Leo.
I'm just enjoying the banter between you two.
Okay. Obviously, everything's all speculation until we see, the movie. And keep in mind, this is also a Sony movie. So I'm
Seventh Sinister Six member, Uncle Ben, nailed it. Boom. That's it.
Yep.
That's who we're gonna see, played by Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage.
So they missed the Uncle Ben death from the previous two movies. They missed a chance to get it out. They have to make up for those two movies. So we're going to see Uncle Ben getting killed off in multiple universes.
6 times.
Yep.
6 times.
It's still 92 times less than we've seen fucking Thomas and Martha Wayne get killed. So I'll take it. I want to know. I want to hear them come up with some third variation of "with great power must also come great responsibility." That shit killed me in The Amazing Spider-Man. Martin Sheen, like, fucking phenomenal actor, and such a great line written by Stan Lee. With great power must also come great responsibility. And then fucking they get to The Amazing Spider-Man. He's like, your dad had a saying. He had a belief that if you had the ability to do something, then it was your obligation to do that thing. I'm like, so with great power must also come great responsibility. Just say the fucking words. Nope, not at all. Never. But I still got to see him die, so there's that.
Okay, so some people think that we see, and I don't know why they would think this, Miles' mom in the trailer, but a lot of people
are the woman in the car behind Peter Parker at one point. Why? I mean, like,
it's all for the
hey, there's a woman of color behind Peter Parker. That must be Miles Morales' mom, or not.
It's all.
She could just be a fucking woman that lives in New York City.
And like what we're doing is what people have been doing for the past week, for the past 3 months, and it's going to be leading up to December. So
before we know it, it's going to be here. It's falls
it's all speculation riding up to the movie.
So the one thing I want to talk about though is, and before we move on to something else,
there is nothing else. There is only Spider-Man No Way Home now.
Doctor Strange seems off in the trailer, and I know a lot of people are talking about it. That seems to be the main speculation right now. That it's.
Did you guys notice his mug that he had? Did you notice what it said?
For Fox's sake. For Fox's sake, yeah.
It's cheeky in a way where I know it's a Disney/Sony movie, and I know obviously Disney can't have swear words in their movie, but it's a nice way to slap in an F-bomb in their movie. So
it's also another way to make fun of for Fox. I don't know.
For fuck's sake,
make fun of Fox? Then they fucking own Fox. Like, make fun of their own shit. Ha ha! We own you. Yeah, you do. Ha. Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't get. It's like punching down a little bit. Like, loser. You're my boss.
Anyway, you were saying, Leo?
Yeah. So I think something seems off about Doctor Strange, and so he has the Eye Agamotto, but obviously he can't have the time stone in it because the time stone has been destroyed. But also Thanos crushed it. So
I'll say he crushed it in one snap. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought he fucking nailed it, bro. I killed half the population in one swipe. It's like that old Mickey Mouse cartoon. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I mean, did he seem off to you, or
no? He really didn't.
he seemed more wiser, but I wanted to know why Sanctum Sanctorum was freezing cold.
I read a couple things where people were like, it's probably so cold because they never fixed the hole from when the Hulk, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did you fucking see outside in the fucking any other part of the trailer how it's not winter?
Yeah,
Why the fuck would it look like that inside the Sanctum? Try again, dummy. But I think
Not to get off topic, I'm sorry.
I think it might actually be a little bit of I don't think in the scheme of things it's a big deal. But I have a feeling that we're seeing Doctor Strange, right? And we all know, like, we nerds, we dorks and such, that Strange becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. There has been nothing to indicate that Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme yet. You know, I think a lot of us have been operating under that assumption just because of sort of like that tribal knowledge that's been ingrained over decades. But there's been nothing that out note states that he has actually achieved that level as of now. So I think maybe what we might be seeing is a spell that he did that maybe didn't go quite the way he thought it was going to, which actually adds a little bit of foreshadowing to what's going to happen when he tries to help Peter.
Okay.
I think he's going to reach Sorcerer Supreme levels in Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously that's what's next after No Way Home.
You got to have growth for the character, you know?
Yeah.
Did you notice some random guy like scooping up the snow, putting it in a trash can?
No.
Yeah. Look, when it enters the scene, look to the left. There's a guy with a shovel scooping up the snow. Can't he just clean it up with a snap?
Oh, can he? Can he not? I don't know the fucking rules to this shit.
But you're the all powerful Brandon. You're supposed to.
Yeah, it's all powerful, not all knowing, dude.
Big difference.
Yeah, it's fucking omnipotent, not omniscient. Fucking come at me with that shit. But you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to here. I mean, there's a lot of speculation too that, you know, there's like, oh, the trade-off is, you know, Peter ends up going back to Sony, and you know that's why it's No Way Home. Which, I mean, I've been saying for a while, like, no matter what, like, he's not coming back to the MCU. That's why it's No Way Home. But well, they're saying that Miles Morales is going to end up being like the live-action Spider-Man and in the MCU, and I'm like, but Sony still owns the rights to them. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Let me stop you there. I read an article from a credible source that Marvel is bending over backwards to buy the rights for Spider-Man from Sony.
Well, there was also an article talking about them buying Sony.
Yeah.
That would be the smart move. I know we don't want the mouse to own everything, but
at this point, the money they're making, the shit they own, they're going to be winding up gobbling everything. And
I'm not going to say what, but I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, and I don't want to divulge my my source, but the mouse is quite possibly buying another company, a rather large one with a rather large following.
Hustler?
Yeah. Yep.
I knew it.
Yep.
I mean, there isn't many companies left. You know, you have Sony, you have Universal, you have, well, Paramount has their own thing, so they can't be bought. Warner Brothers has HBO Max, so they can't be bought. So you have all the smaller production companies like A24, Blumhouse, and all these other ones. Those are going to be gobbled up in a heartbeat. So
it's none of those, and it's a much bigger company.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
I can't wait to fucking wring your neck and get this info from you after the
it makes
show.
two of us.
But I just want to say this: if Disney buys Sony or the Spider-Man characters from Sony at the very least, okay, fine. But the one thing that I think a lot of us, especially here in America, keep kind of overlooking, and I'm only saying this as somebody who has actually like studied like 5S standardization. It's a big part of how a lot of businesses operate in Japan. It started there. I think a lot of us are discounting the Japanese culture when it comes to business, and especially regarding Sony as a project for them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dishonor to be had if they were not able to find the success they were going after, and it comes to the point that they have to sell portions of the business or the business altogether. I think they will do their absolute best to almost go for broke before they get to a point where they'll sell off either individual IPs or the whole kit and caboodle. And I just think I'm not saying that's gospel truth, but it just seems to me just a bit of info that kind of keeps getting kind of skimmed over or just outright ignored, or just maybe some of us aren't really aware of it, and that's fine too. But keep it in mind, because I feel like there's probably more at play there with that particular cultural situation than any of us here in America, used to American business and what have you, our culture would ever fathom. You think about when they got the PlayStation Network got hacked. A few years ago, a couple years ago. Do you remember what Sony did?
Yeah.
To the person who was responsible ultimately for that happening? They had them stand up in front of the company and hang their head in shame for like 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like when I hear people like, oh, Disney's gonna buy Sony, I'm like, I wouldn't back that horse just yet. Like I said, they're fucking ride or die, man. They will do absolutely everything to ensure some kind of success before they get to a point where they're like, okay, we have no choice but to sell this off now. Failure is almost literally not an option.
Unless
And
you have a wad of cash behind your back.
That's still a failure, though, because it's supposed to be taking something and making me even more of it. That's the point I'm making, is like, if they don't make more money off of the thing that they had, that they spent money on, and it gets to the point where they have to get rid of it, they have to liquidate it and sell off the assets, then that's a failure. And I just don't see Sony readily accepting that. So it would be a long, dragged out fight to the bottom for them before they sell Spider-Man or any of those other IPs. I'm just saying, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, gang. Don't think that Ghostbusters and Spider-Man are going to end up over at Disney because finally Sony's seen the light and they're like, oh, we should just sell everything. I don't think that's going to happen. And just temper your expectations.
But it would be so cool. They could do it so right.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be lovely? I'm just saying, like, there's real world things that you have to factor in. That's all. And it's not all, it's not all dollars and cents. You have to remember cultural origins and the instances like this that would be steeped in such things. Like, it's touchy, and for some people out there, like, I understand you could hear what I'm saying. You're like, that's fucking stupid. That's a bunch of bullshit. To you, it is. But to the Japanese culture, to Japanese businesses and businessmen and women, not so much, man. Honor is a large part of their culture altogether, and that seeps through into every aspect of their life. And that's not to say that there's no such thing as a fucking Japanese scumbag, obviously. Fucking, I know this might be a newsflash, but Japanese people are people. They run the gamut of human emotions and feelings and experiences. Say what? But when it comes to the professional world, there's so much that's wrapped up in it. Just temper expectations. That's all I'm saying. If Disney gets Spider-Man, great, but understand why they may not. That's all I'm saying.
I read another speculation that was, I don't know how I feel about it, but talking about the battle between the Spider-Men, and how Sony wants to, have full control over their Spider-Man. Somebody said that, what if, and what if something else we need to talk about. At the end of the movie, we lose who the fuck's playing Spider-Man right now?
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland goes off to another universe, and we get stuck with Andrew.
First of all, I liked Andrew Garfield as
I did
Spider-Man.
too. I did.
So I wouldn't say stuck with Andrew.
Yeah.
I actually, when I saw him in The Amazing Spider-Man, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually Spider-Man. I get that. I'm talking about him. I'm not necessarily talking about the whole movie.
I enjoyed the movie. I
liked it. I liked it too. I'm not trying to jump on either side of the fence there. Like, people have their opinions, and that's fine. I know some people it's not their cup of tea. I liked it.
Yeah.
But as much as I enjoyed Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire doing their rendition of Spider-Man, the one thing that I always felt, which crazy considering it was Sam Raimi, that I always felt was missing was wisecracking Spidey. That was not a thing in the Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah.
The closest we got to it was like Tobey Maguire in J. Jonah Jameson's office in the costume when the Green Goblin shows him. He's like, "Quiet, Mommy and Daddy speaking," and like shoots web on J. Jonah Jameson's mouth, and that's it. Like, that's all the joking and wisecracking we got from him. Like, that is not what Spider-Man does. And Andrew Garfield came in and he had that energy and he was capable of doing that wiseacre stuff. And I was really digging on that. And then I saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, I saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2, guys. You can make of that what you will.
I was just in it for the trailer for Dark Knight Rises. That's it.
Fair enough. I can dig it. So there's so many times that you can use dubstep in things, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was not one of them at all.
Or wait, was that for... No, Dark Knight Rises was attached to Sherlock Holmes' Game of Shadows. Yeah. I saw Amazing Spider-Man 2 for a trailer for something. I only wanted to see the trailer, but I stuck around just to see what the hell is it. The guy didn't see the first one until a few years later. And,
I saw the first one in Las Vegas. I mean, I just happened to be in Vegas. It's not like I went there for a special event or anything. Like, I went to a Spidey thing. Really? No. Why the fuck were they doing in Vegas?
You should tell people that you did, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, I fucked up now. I just said it. I just said it here. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Opportunity missed. It's only been like
broke the cardinal rule. What happens
years.
in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Except herpes.
Jeez. Okay, so I know we touched quite a bit on. I mean, we talked for most of an hour about a 3-minute trailer, but there's just...
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Was it worth it? I think so.
We're going to be doing a lot of speculation. There's going to be a lot of stuff leaked. And I'm still saying, the leaker that I follow says Toby and Andrew will be in the next trailer.
Toby and Andrew will appear in the next trailer. Tune in.
Like I said 2 weeks ago, and you have a better chance of CM Punk showing up on AEW than getting a Spider-Man trailer last week. CM Punk showed up last week on AEW. We didn't get a Spider-Man trailer. We got a Spider-Man trailer a few days ago. No Toby and Andrew. So
no. The leaker always said it's in the second trailer.
Well,
yeah.
I'll predict this again. You have a better chance of Daniel Bryan showing up in AEW before Toby and Andrew show up in the next trailer.
Okay.
I hope that the Green Goblin shows up and it's fucking Dane DeHaan from The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and every fanboy's head fucking explodes.
I'll give that one because I did like Dane DeHaan in Amazing Spider-Man 2. He was also good in Metallica Through the Never. If you guys didn't see that one.
I've not seen that, and I feel like Dane DeHaan could have been very good if the characterization had been more fleshed out. I don't think he did a bad job with what he was given. You know what I mean? Like, I think he was good.
It was just him going through. He was just being a roadie for Metallica, and he had to fetch something for Metallica while the Metallica concert was playing. In between the concert, he was doing like going through some type of trippy thing. It was pretty cool. I saw it on IMAX 3D, and it was pretty awesome. Just the stuff that
being a roadie for Metallica while tripping on acid sounds like a fucking blast.
Well, keep in mind when that came out, like 2 years later, he did Amazing Spider-Man 2. And what has he done since then?
A Cure for Wellness.
And Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets.
Ugh, God. Right. Well, anyway, on that fucking note,
what about this What If? How fucked up was that?
It was fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
it was good.
I turned to my wife and I said, I think this might be my favorite What If episode that they've shown so far. Like it would go like backwards in order, like 1, 2, 3. It would be 3, 2, 1 for me. Like the further we get away from the pilot, like the first episode, the more I'm like, I don't think the first episode was their strongest episode.
I will say it. I've been saying it the past couple of weeks. I love the animation, and me and my co-host were both laughing at one scene. Black Widow can kick people's asses, and one guy was smiling, like he was, dead, but smiling, like she kicked my ass, But that had us both laughing. But the whole storyline that they did, the what if, the Avengers are dead, and all that stuff. I like what they're doing, and I look forward to more. And like I said, the animation's gorgeous.
Absolutely.
One of the videos I watch, they do a deep dive into it, and the deeper what if was what if what the hell is his name?
Nick Fury?
No. Bucky killed Hope.
Okay.
Because the city that she's killed in,
San Francisco.
No, it was is it Odessa, or it was, there's a city mentioned that she was killed in, and that was Black Widow mentioned. That's where she first met.
It was a country, Odessa.
Or Odessa country, yeah. That's where she first met Bucky, and she showed the wound that she was shot. And it was, I think it was not Civil War. Was it Winter Soldier?
Probably.
Yeah, it must have been a Winter Soldier, yeah, because she was talking about Winter Soldier. But yeah, she was talking about how at the meeting of Odessa, Winter Soldier was there.
I wasn't expecting the person that wiped out all the Avengers to be Hank Pym. I wasn't expecting.
I figured it out fucking so fast it would make your head spin. Like, no lie. We were sitting there watching it, and they were like, the antidote didn't even dispense. This is like somebody shot him. I don't know. I'm not a ballistics expert. And I was like, oh, somebody's using Pym particles to do this shit. and then like when like more and more shit started happening, I'm like, is it Hope? And then as soon as I saw the tombstone, I'm like, oh, it's Hank. Hank is doing this shit. And yeah, but I mean the second I saw stuff getting knocked around, I'm like, oh, this isn't invisibility. This is teeny tiny and being able to weirdly control your mass. I mean, that's not how it would ever fucking work, but okay.
What they did with Hulk, that was fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I turned to my wife, I turned to Darren, I was like, technically speaking, because she said, I guess he can die. I was like, well, I wouldn't
just color him red and turn him.
I wouldn't put that dog to bed just yet, because he could conceivably regrow and like group back together and form back into the Hulk and then revert back into Bruce Banner. Like, that's not far-fetched. That's a thing. Like, not just like recently, but through the years, but especially if you've read any of the recent Immortal Hulk run from Marvel Comics, that shit is straight up body horror, and it is fucking amazing and grotesque. But yeah, like technically speaking, just because he did that doesn't mean the Hulk died. It's like sort of a Dr. Manhattan thing. It would take him like probably 6 months to come back together and heal. So, they got a really pissed off Hulk to look forward to.
It was still badass, though.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah. The whole thing was great. And I was really what I was really curious to see, and they ended it very well for a nerd like myself, was, clearly Nick Fury was about to fucking unearth Captain America.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had Captain Marvel right there, I'm like, oh, I very much would like to see what that Avengers team ends up looking like.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That's cool. And the fact that Loki is basically like this worldwide threat now, that's, I want to see that story. That's pretty badass. We won't get it, but it'd be nice.
Yeah. So Captain Marvel, Captain America,
Captain, my captain.
I believe, I wouldn't doubt for a second that Shield would designate an agent to use the yellow jacket costume, whatever, armor that Pym was using that entire time, because clearly he perfected the science, and they would just fucking take that and use it. Especially because he's incarcerated now, so he'll go to a secret prison. And I mean, who else could they?
Black Panther,
Spider-Man.
Potentially Lady Sif.
Yeah.
Tick tock tick. I'm not quite sure who else you'd have like right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, you still have Wanda. I mean,
maybe Tony Stark isn't really a player, so that might be a little bit difficult to do the whole like go after Tony Stark's team thing. But still.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, because she's born with the powers, but
that doesn't mean she'd end up being an Avenger.
No, but she's
because
there.
It was going up against them, and then ultimately seeing like, oh no, like they were the good guys.
Yeah.
That enabled her to say like, oh, I'm going to defect or whatever. But the driving force for her and Piotr, excuse me, Peter, whatever you want to call him. To go up against the Avengers was Tony Stark. He killed their family because of the weapons that he created.
If you guys notice, all this took place before the events of the first Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it took place during Nick Fury's big week.
Yep.
Yeah, because for the Incredible Hulk movie,
Iron Man 2
all take place around the same time.
Yeah. Woo! It was really cool though. It was pretty awesome to see the interaction between Nick Fury and Loki. I will say this. Tom Hiddleston's experience doing voice acting with Disney, it's shown through. Like you could tell he was so comfortable using just his voice to still portray the same character he usually does that it was seamless. And I recognized that it was him, but not for a split second did I have that feeling and say to myself like, he's trying like really hard. No, he was clearly very, very at ease.
Yeah.
And that is not always the case.
But was that Scarlet doing Black Widow?
No. That was always going to be the case, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was not one of the ones that signed on to do the voice and what have you. Was that really Michael Douglas?
Yes.
I don't know if it was, but it sure as
it was.
Sounded like him.
It definitely sounded like him.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, so I mean, it was a really good episode. If you all out there haven't seen it, go check it out after we've ruined a good portion of it for you. You fill in all those blanks now. Won't that be fun?
The other big thing this week, Superman 78 came out.
Yes, it did. Oh man, issue number 1 of 6 coming from DC Comics. It's covering the Superman 1978 continuity. So the characters and what have you all look like Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder and Mark McClure as Jimmy Olsen. Just it's really, really cool. We've also, they've put out some promotional stuff, and Lex Luthor is very much Gene Hackman with a bald head. And the villain this time around, continuing on from what we know after the first movie, Superman the movie by Dick Donner, is Brainiac. And it looks as though in this story so far, it's actually going to change what we know of Superman's origin, which I found to be very interesting. Did you catch that, Leo?
I didn't have a chance to read it yet.
Well, fucking A.
I know. I'm sorry. I just got a chance to breeze through it.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, it is very cool. It started off with a tribute to Richard Donner, who just recently passed away.
Yeah.
And it's actually a great quote from him, because that this is one of the things that they constantly refer back to in Marvel. They watch Superman the movie before the start of every production, and it's because Dick Donner, his approach to Superman, and this is the quote, is the main aim of our interpretation is to uphold and enhance a great American myth. The key to the whole concept of the film is verisimilitude. We've treated it as truth. And verisimilitude, that was a big deal. Like, they wrote that down on a piece of paper and kept it up on set all the time during Superman the movie. And that's what they shoot for with all the Marvel Studios stuff. So, the basis for good storytelling is right there. If you treat it as truthful, then the audiences will believe it for you. The planet Krypton.
Yeah. I have this in my pull box at my local comic shop.
Are they even open, Leo? Because I've been
Sarges, yeah.
okay. Because I didn't know if they were open because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, the owner's been dropping off my my pull list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna go there and pick up Batman 89 and this. So
yeah.
This is
Schuster Station.
Yep, Schuster Station. There's actually Otisburg right there on the wall as it shows Clark unbuttoning his jacket and what have you to change into Superman.
Just to rewind real quick, in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, in one of the scenes, graffitied in the back is Ditko.
Oh yes, when MJ and Peter are lying on the roof, it's on a little wall, a little bit set back behind them. Yeah, I saw that. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool in Superman 78 here. Brainiac, the drone they have showing up, is very much the design for Brainiac in the early to mid 80s. This is not exactly how Brainiac was looking in the 70s from what I gather. Is actually a little bit of a futuristic jump into the future for the design. But like I said, it's just a drone, and by the time you get to the end of the story, you get like proper Brainiac as you would think he would look in the 70s, and it's very cool. Boom, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Right there. Yeah. So it's very cool. I don't want to ruin the whole Krypton thing. I mean, we do know that Brainiac takes a portion of Krypton. Like, that's part of Superman's whole fucking gripe with him, But it was really good, and I actually got to the last page, and I was just like, and I flipped, and I was like, what? Wait, what? That's it? What the fuck? I cannot believe how quickly that comic book went by, and I was both elated and irate.
Well, it's a 6-issue series, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, buddy.
I think Batman's the same as well.
Yeah. Batman is also going to be 6. I mean, they'll probably do the same kind of thing that they did starting off with Batman 66. You know, they'll do a couple of these like 6-issue miniseries. Just kind of making an event as opposed to an ongoing, which I am fine with. You know, keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. Then we'll get like Batman 92 and
whoopity doo, please. Because that's what we need right now.
Well, on that note, I don't think was there anything else you wanted to discuss? I know, Steven, you brought in Quake being remastered.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever played Quake in 1996, but it's being remastered 25 years later. It's available now in the Nintendo Switch eShop and for Xbox and PlayStation. It's going to be available on current gen consoles if you have one. Sorry, Leo, don't mean to troll you with that because I know you're still on the quest. But
I've given up. I'm playing my Switch, so I'm okay.
What are you on the quest for? I'm sorry. What the hell?
He's
just
on
happened?
the quest for a PS5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. But yeah, I also want a fucking full head of hair and a 10-inch dick. What's gonna happen?
But anyway, it's been remastered. Graphics have been remastered. The soundtrack has been remastered. As you all remember, Nine Inch Nails, specifically Trent Reznor, helmed the soundtrack for Quake.
Did he for Quake? I know he did it for.
He did Quake, yeah.
Yeah. Was Doom 2? Was that the first?
No, that was Lee Jackson who did the soundtrack for Duke Nukem as well. But if you are looking to, if you're a huge Quake fan, go to limitedrungames.com. If you remember a month and a half ago, I mentioned this when we covered E3 because they're doing something down the road. Plumbers don't wear ties. They're doing like something around that. One of the worst video games of all time. They're doing like a limited physical edition of that. But Quake, they're doing like a big box set type of thing. They're doing a physical Switch box, like the Switch cartridge. Same for the Xbox and PS4, but they also have like a big box set and like the nail gun ammo box. I don't know if I haven't played Quake, so I don't know if you guys know.
I'm sorry. I'm right there with you, buddy. You could literally make a few things up right now, Steve, and I'd be like, cool.
But it has like the Q in like a statue type, and it has a key ring. Just the soundtrack and all that stuff. So if you're a fan of Quake, check out limitedrungames.com and all that good stuff.
Last time I played Quake was when it came out, and it was like just used it as like a benchmark of like video cards. So it was just, this is cool. This is what a video card, powerful video card back then looks like. Okay, I'll move on to something else.
Yeah, I had a friend that was super into like computer games and what have you. He was like, "Let's get the new Quake game." I was like, "Okay, cool. You want to check it out?" He's like, "Yeah," and he put it on, and we played it for like half an hour, and he was like, "This isn't that fun. You want to play Warcraft?" I'm like, "Yes, we should play Warcraft now." Which I actually never mind. This is like old school Warcraft, not World of Warcraft.
I know.
So we're like, I'll play. Sure. Hold on a second. Pot of gold.
I was about to remark. Stop.
Yes, a trailer released today for Saints Row, so they're also rebooting Saints Row.
I was in the middle of a funny. Jeez.
I was in the middle of a funny. Like, that's how that sentence ends. Cool.
Warcraft. Stop poking me.
Oh my god. I haven't even thought about that in forever. Wow.
Steven, before your time, old school Warcraft, the RTS game, and the orcs, if you kept on poking them, they'd make funny.
Stop poking me.
Yeah. There was something with the sheep too that you could do too.
Yeah, oh my god. There was another one. I think it was, what was it, Hand of God? If you typed in Hand of God, you it was like a master code. You just got all kinds of shit, and you'd actually hear a choir go off when you typed it in, hit enter. Deo gratias. You could tell anybody was cheating on the game just by hearing that repeatedly. Like, did you need to type that in 50 times in a row? Yeah, I fucking did. There's orcs everywhere. All right, cool jets, man. That's fine. Yeah, that Quake, I barely remember. Wow, there it is.
Poking me.
Talking about as we close everything up here, just real quick, we had mentioned it earlier. Reactions, either positive or negative. Ghostbusters was shown to exhibitors at CinemaCon by Sony, and
lucky bastards.
Oh, it is what it is, man. You get in the game. That's one of the perks, I guess. But regardless,
the reviews are positive.
Yeah, the reactions have been overwhelmingly positive. And what I think is really cool is that Jason Reitman, he apparently presented there alongside his dad and said, ultimately the way that we approach this, like me and my dad and everybody else working on the movie, is, we love these characters, we love this world, but we don't own it. Like, it's not ours, it's not my dad's, it's not mine, it's not anybody who's been in the movie. Nobody owns this. And then he stopped. He goes, well, I mean, Sony owns it, but nobody actually owns this except for the people it was given to, the fans. Those are the people that own this, and we want to make sure that we were taking care of it before we gave it back to you. And I can appreciate that, and also the fact that some of the stuff I've been seeing, no spoiler stuff, some of the stuff I've been seeing is that the ending is like it'll blow us away or whatever, and that Jason Reitman himself has been like, please do not give away the ending. Please, please, please do not. Like, we were very proud of this story. We were very happy with the ending we came up with. That's why we've kept it a secret. Please don't ruin it for anyone. Don't rob them of that experience. And that's something I can get behind. I 100% agree with that. Whether or not the movie ends up being fantastic or abysmal or someplace in between, everyone should be given the chance to see it and make up their own mind without having it ruined for them. So keep that in mind, gang. You see the movie, whether or not you like the ending, don't fucking spoil it for somebody else.
Yep.
Treat it like The Sixth Sense.
As a wise man once said, like what you like, don't be a dick.
And don't stand outside of the theater talking about it.
Don't pull a Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Don't stand outside of the theater and talk about it?
Oh,
where the fuck else am I going to talk about it?
Leo was referencing a Simpsons episode.
No, I was not referencing a Simpsons episode.
Yes, you were. There's a Simpsons episode where Homer walks out of the theater.
No, I get that, but I was making a reference to I was seeing what was it?
You're cutting me off, Leo.
Yeah,
you're interrupting me.
You're cutting me off.
This is great. I'm trying popcorn.
No, I think it was Force Awakens or one of the sequels. I went preview, like the Thursday screening that comes out before the Friday, and I'm walking into the theater. There's a group of people standing outside the doors to not the theater itself, but you enter the theater complex and you go into like your seating area. Mm-hmm. They're standing in the hallway outside right in front, yammering about the ending of the movie. I'm like, what the fuck? You got to do it there?
Yes, apparently they did. Well, I mean, at least they were just dipshits. You know what I mean? They weren't like malicious. They weren't doing it in order to purposely fuck with anybody. Only like a real dickhead would do something like that. So let me tell you about the time I purposely ruined the ending of Pan's Labyrinth for everybody walking into the theater as I walked out. I was really mad because by the end of that fucking movie, and if you haven't seen it, too bad, I'm ruining it for you again. This is how I operate. The magic was not real. I was so pissed. I was so fucking upset at the end of that movie that little girl fucking died, and it was just all in her goddamn head. She was just cuckoo banana pants, just doing everything she could to cope with this impossible situation around her. And then she was just kaput. She was done. And I was just like, that's the end of the movie? This is fucking bleak. I know it was going to be a little dark. It's Guillermo del Toro, but I mean, magic, right? Not cuckoo.
Not saying elsewhere.
Not Zonkatronic. No. Magic. And no, she fucking died, and I walked out of that theater, and everyone was, babbling to one another, and I was with, I don't even remember what year it was. I can't remember. I was with my wife or whatever girl I was dating at the time, but whoever it was, whatever partner I had, she was trailing right behind me, and every single person that walked by, I just like looked right at them. I was like, the magic isn't real. At the end of the movie, the magic isn't real. Hey, look at me. The magic, the little girl's magic, it's not real. And like so many people like, no lie, they made that eye contact. And I understand, like, I have very bright blue eyes. When I make eye contact with you, you probably think I'm about to say something like worthwhile. And in that small instant, I could see all the hope they had for it completely die. They were just like, oh no, he ruined the movie for me.
You know what? I can
Yes,
top
I
you.
did.
I can top you. I saw the remake of Suspiria, the premiere, like the Thursday night, and I knew going into it that they were gonna fuck it up. Suspiria, one of the greatest Italian horror movies ever, and they fucked it up. Amazon fucked it up like they usually do with their movies. And there was a line of people waiting to go into the theater that I was just coming out of. And I went to every single person saying, if you like Dario Argento, get your money back. Do not see this movie. It's a fucking waste of your time. Nothing from Suspiria in the 70s is replicated in this film. They fuck it up.
I mean,
couple people got their money back, and couple people wanted to prove me wrong.
I'm still waiting for Sony to give me my money back for the Dark Tower. I wrote them a lengthy email. Like, I was not pleased with that at all.
And I was actually banned from the theater for doing that, but you know what? I don't fucking care because
I've actually gotten my money back for a movie once, like after the movie. Like, I walked right out to the stand, and I was just like, I want my money back.
Oh,
and they're like, yeah, and they were like, excuse me? I was like, I want my money back. It's that simple. Just give me my money. And they're like, well, what happened? I was like, I came in, I purchased a ticket for the movie The Musketeer. I sat down and watched the movie The Musketeer. And then I came out here and told you to give me my money back because that movie is terrible. So give me my money back. And we went back and forth for like a good 3 to 4 minutes. And I was like, no. See, listen to me. Listen. No matter what happens at all, you can get your manager. You can call your district manager. You can fucking call, Paramount, whoever made the fucking movie. I don't care. I want my $8 back. And I just kept saying it over and over again. And finally, they're like, fine, here you go. Here's your $8. I was like, thank you. And then just left. And I was right back there the next weekend. The best part was I used to work at that movie theater, so they fucking knew me. It wasn't like a sir. It was like Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Like, no. I mean, granted, I started off with like a new kid who didn't know me, but like when Steve, the manager, came out, he was like, so what's going on? Ah, fuck, it's Brandon. Come on, man. Who had me walk all the way up here? Do you know how long it takes to get up here from the back lobby? So what's the problem? I was like, the Musketeer sucked. He goes, yeah, I know. I told you that. I'm like, well, I want my money back. He goes, no. And like, blah, 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 blah. And he actually threatened it once, but he was like, beat me in a game of NFL Blitz and I'll give you your money back. I was like, fuck you, Steve. You live here. Like, you're here like 18 hours a day. You could play that with your eyes closed. No. I might have been born at night, but it sure fuck wasn't last night.
Of
Oh,
course,
man.
anyone could spoil an Uwe Boll movie. Uwe Boll is shit.
Nobody can ruin a movie more than fucking you. Is it U-Ball? U-Ball? I don't know how to fucking
Uwe Boll.
Nobody can ruin a movie quicker than he can. Just straight up. There's nothing more than his involvement needed. What's up, Leo?
I was just gonna say, are we gonna take pronunciation notes from Steven when he said Italian?
Oh my god! Like I fucking love the fact that you are you of Italian descent, Steven?
Yes.
I fucking knew it. Okay. Like, and he said Italian. I was like, it's very Midwestern, like Midwestern to South. It sounds like somebody from Missouri talking about Italians. And next thing you know, this place was overrun with Italians. I mean, spaghetti and meatballs as far as the eye could see. I don't know why I started turning into like a semi-grizzled prospector there, but there it is.
It worked. It worked. Okay, I know we have another show to do, so we should wrap things up unless you guys have anything else.
No. OnlyFans said they were banning porn, and now they may not be because of the backlash. Which okay, good. I have no bone to pick with anybody that wants to do an OnlyFans and show their bits and what have you for money. If you can do it, then go ahead, make that paper, boo boo. Do that thing. I mean, I'll do an OnlyFans, but it's like one of those reverse situations. Like I'll start off completely naked, and you need to pay me money to put my clothes back on. Like that's the only way I make money in that situation. Otherwise, it's like the scales there are not very balanced. It's like that's either a money making opportunity for me or a crime against humanity. You decide. But for those guys and gals out there who are able to do such a thing and make money off of it, you know something? They're in the safety of secure location, someplace private. You know, they're not announcing where they are. Yep. They're with somebody that they know or what have you. If there's anybody else involved, so nobody's getting hurt. You know, there's really minimal risk involved, other than dickheads going out of their way to like dox these guys and gals, like you know, whatever. It doesn't fucking hurt you that these people are doing that. And for everybody out there that's like, oh well, now I guess now these girls will have to get real jobs. Well, you know something. A lot of those young women who are doing that, did you think about the fact that maybe they're trying to, it's not just like getting real jobs. First of all, you notice how the popularity of OnlyFans soared during a pandemic in quarantine when people couldn't, work.
Yeah.
They couldn't go out there and actually join society to do the things that they could get some kind of money for. So yeah, maybe this supplement to their income. It's not just like for funsies. Maybe it's to help pay their student loans. Maybe it's to help make sure that they actually have electricity for the rest of the month. Maybe it's to make sure that they can pay their rent. So this whole like, oh, get a real job. You know what? It is a real job. Don't get fucking mad because you can't fucking do it. I don't get mad because I can't do brain surgery. So get the fuck over it. That's all I have to say. Like for all you guys and gals out there that do OnlyFans, good luck. I stay safe, and I hope that you continue to see some measure of success using it. And to everybody that wants you to fail spectacularly, just remember they can go fuck themselves.
Well said. Well said. I just find it hilarious that OnlyFans, the site is majority for porn, and then they go, oh, we're not going to do that anymore. And then they just change their mind.
Yeah, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Yeah. Like, just kidding, guys. You can still do the sexy vids. It's just jokes. Just don't even worry about it. It was a thing. Forget it. Thank you, Tom. I agree with me as well.
Yeah. Last thing I'm going to mention, Star Trek Lower Decks is back. Episode 2 dropped. Oh my god, that show is so awesome. I love it.
I as soon my wife is not in. I mean, I'm not like the most well versed in Star Trek, but I know a few things about a few things. And I thought it was fucking hysterical that they kept bringing up transporter clones, and I was just like, they've really made that a prevalent theme. Are we gonna? We might see something by the end of this episode, and sure enough, fucking Boimler at the very end.
Yeah.
And I turned to Darren. I was like, "See, there you go. I fucking knew it. And I thought it was actually a clever ass way to keep Boimler on both ships.
Yeah,
I hope we see more of the two of them in the future.
Yeah, and I love seeing Riker. I mean, it's
I love how he like runs the fucking party ship. Like,
yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, adventure and fucking dope shit. All right, Riker's the man.
And he's in the captain's chair. He has one leg up.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. The reason why he walked odd, I guess he had back issues. That's why he always put his leg over the chair.
Swung over the chair when he'd sit down and shit. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he was tall enough to do so too. Because like, if I tried to do that, I'd be like, "Oh my nuts! Oh God, I'm sorry, Captain. I shouldn't have done that." Brandon, why? Hubris. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, I want to thank everybody for watching, and with that note, it's follow the Dorkening. We got a lot of awesome stuff going on. Yeah, I'm
so much enthusiasm, like Stephen Wright level. Hey everyone, just go ahead and follow the Dorkening.
It's been a rough day, okay? It's been a rough week.
The stuff about Spider-Man you might want to hear, or maybe the stuff about Spider-Man you don't want to. I don't know. Just tune in.
hey, I've had a rough week, and Brandon yelled at me. So,
oh, buddy, if you thought that was yelling, I mean, no.
Okay, so the Dorkening, we have just about 40 shows on the network. A lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. Check the show notes to follow Brandon and Steven and myself. And speaking of that, Steven, where do you like people interacting with you on the socials?
So you can follow Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have 2 shows, Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the Audio Files, and CSI The Vegas Files. Super Retro Throwback Reviews, the Audio Files comes out Monday. CSI The Vegas Files comes out every Friday. Both of them are exclusively on the Dorkening Podcast Network. You can find me here every Wednesday on the Dorkening. And if I'm forgetting anything else, patreon.com/Super Retro Podcast. Please, please, please become a Patreon backer. Leo is a backer. By next week, I might have an award. And if not, we have another nomination to chalk up into our multiple award nominations. So, yeah. So, awesome. We've been Amalgam Mania Entertainment Awards, something like that. So, we're pretty happy about that. So, thank you to the Academy or something like that.
Awesome. Congratulations. And your OnlyFans is where?
Nowhere. Fuck you, Leo.
Onlyfans.com/fuck you, Leo. That's where you can find Steve Crystal. Super Retro Throwback, only on OnlyFans, gang. Oh, wow. Okay. So, I know that the next part was like, and Powerful Brandon, where can people find you on the socials? So here I am doing Leo's part and mine in this segment.
You'll see for a reason why I didn't say anything. I'm sorry.
It's cool. Y'all, I would really love it if you could join me at the Powers Combined Facebook group. Just a group of dorks and geeks getting together, having a good time, sharing memes and info, answering questions for anybody that might be a little confused or want some suggestions on comics and movies, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. Number one rule is don't be a jerk. You will get kicked out immediately. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter at Brandon's Powers and on Instagram at This Brandon Has Powers. I'm here every Wednesday night at about 9 o'clock on the Dorkening Podcast Network. And I am also doing a bi-weekly podcast where we talk about alternate reality comic book storylines and series covering like what ifs and elseworlds, things of those nature, called Comics Paradox. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Awesome.
Really, Leo?
Well, now I understand why I had to ask myself the question, because he was too busy. Unbelievable.
Love it. For those of you listening, I put Steven's OnlyFans address. OnlyFans / Steve the Rad Retro.
Unfucking real.
Love it. With that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Have a good one, everybody.